Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and the old razor scrapers are just invaluable. I use them all the time, every day, for all kinds of things. I've got plastic ones, I've got dual-sided ones, I've got these super cheap giveaway free type ones. I even have a Blue Point one somewhere, but it was awful. I used it for a while and then I just didn't like the angle, and I think it fell down so far into a toolbox I couldn't find it for the video. But being that I didn't like it, I went back for seconds. And I picked up this guy a while ago off the Snap-on truck. And what caught my eye about this is, well, a long time ago I did a video on this. I really like this Titan. It's a good solid unit, but to hold the blade in tight, you should use a screwdriver. And the way this holds the blade, requires a little bit of, you notice I had the blade in backwards. That's important, I think, for storing the blade, so you don't cut yourself, if you want to keep it handy in a toolbox. But basically you have to go through this, and then make sure that's tight. And there can be a little play. You see that hole there? That's what got me excited. Why? Because I looked at this Blue Point one, and the Blue Point one not only has this kind of fast change grip here that allows you to just quickly pinch the blade either direction, but that hole aligns with a tab, a little bump right there, you can see it right inside there, that allows it to stay nice and lined up. Can do it if I slide this in right there. Grabs it here, just like that one on these little ears, but then also with this bump. So it has some great control. And when I'm done, I just pop it out, flip it around, and toss it back in my toolbox. It also has storage in the back. And that was another thing I was excited about, because I'm always looking for another blade. I'll often smash these. You have so much leverage here that I'm often, chipping the blades. I'll drive them into things and shatter them and stuff. So having extra blades handy is great. And I knew that such things existed because I had this old one here, which not only taught me about this little pinch clip that does seem to last quite a long time, but this one doesn't have that hole, you notice. But it did at one time have storage. You can see the cap is long gone, but so I knew they existed. So I picked one of these up, used it a few times. It's great. It says it's made in America, but it somehow doesn't say that anywhere on it. And it was $29 and change, which is a lot of money for one of these scrapers when you can get into a set of them for, like the Titans. I think they were like 12 bucks or something for two. Little tiny one, and then this guy. This is the one I really wanted. But this is, I think, the way to go, but not necessarily in blue. How about in red? Why red? Because this is the $29 Blue Point version, and this is the $13 Lyle version. As far as I can tell, they are identical. In fact, I'll pop the blade out here so you can see. So can you tell them apart? The way, even the little notches, the way this is secured on there, if I compare it to this old one. This is actually heavier metal. It's quite a nice one. But you can see that. Here's the back side, the shafts, the handles, all the way around. There is not a single other marking on the Lyle, and then the Blue Point is branded here with the YA5200A. The number of the Lyle is the 52000. And if I pop those off, the inside of these things actually are quite the same. Let me turn on a light here for you so you can see down in there. Oops. So there you go. They're the same. Anyway, so for 13 bucks, absolutely. Solid design, proven, storage in the back. I've got two of them now, I guess, because the Blue Point, I'm keeping my Snap-on dealers, kids, and yachts, I guess. But anyway, and another one, this one, if you haven't seen one of these before, I think this is Wild or Wildy or something. This is another kind of a scraper. I've done a lot with scrapers, but this one does come in handy compared to a lot of others where you can pull versus push. But there it is. The Lyle and the Blue Point, as far as I can tell, they're exactly the same except for color and this little branding here. Lyle, oddly, doesn't say anywhere about where it's made either. Doesn't say it's made not in America, but you'd think they'd brand that a little bit. But anyway, razor blades have been around since the Bronze Age, thousands of years. They just seem to go and go and go. And when you want something that actually really performs, but also has a bit of a lever and a nice angle, these handled ones are just great. So for 13 bucks, how can you go wrong? Let me know your thoughts. And maybe stay away from the Blue Point. And with that, Doc out.